Hello? Today we are going to talk about the 1776 to 1976 bicentennial quarter from the United States, and explain it in very simple words so everyone can understand. This quarter was made to mark 200 years of America's independence, and billions were made by the United States Mint, so most of them are just worth 25 cents in everyday use. But some special ones are worth big money, even thousands of dollars or more, when they have rare mistakes or are very perfect and graded by coin experts. In the real coin market and at auctions, some of these rare versions have sold for over $19,000, $25,000, or much higher depending on the type and condition. These values are based on real collector sales and auction records, so you can know what might make your coin valuable and why people collect them. Most bicentennial quarters you find in pocket change are simply worth their face value of 25 cents, and many collectors around the world will tell you that normal ones don't bring a big price unless they are in perfect shape or have unusual features. But a small number of these coins have special mistakes from the minting process or are from special proof or silver sets, and those can be worth thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars when sold to collectors or at auctions. The story of this coin begins with a simple idea. In 1976, the United States was celebrating 200 years since the Declaration of Independence in 1776, and the U.S. Mint wanted to make coins that showed this milestone. They chose to show George Washington's image on the front, just like the regular quarter, and on the back they used a special design showing a colonial drummer with a drum, a torch, and 13 stars, one for each of the original American colonies. This design was meant to remind people of the American Revolution and the first years of the nation. Even though so many of these coins were made that finding one today is easy, it is the small differences or mistakes that make some of them worth real money to collectors. The first things people notice when looking at a bicentennial quarter are the words 1776 to 1976 under George Washington's neck and the special design on the back. Most of these coins were made to be used every day in cash transactions, and because of that they were not rare or low in number at the time. Normal bicentennial quarters in used condition are just worth their face value, and even uncirculated ones without any errors are normally only worth a few dollars to collectors. However, when something strange or unusual happened during the stamping of the coin at the mint, that can make a big difference in value. One of the most interesting rare versions of this quarter is known as a double die error. This happened when the coin die struck the coin more than once, and the design was slightly shifted the second time. This creates a visible, doubling, effect on letters and numbers, especially on the word, Liberty, and the date. 1776 to 1976. Collectors look for this doubling because it is unusual and makes the coin collectible. In real auction sales, some of the most dramatic double-die bicentennial quarters have sold for thousands of dollars, like one example that brought around $8,400 at an auction. Another rare and very exciting type of mistake is when the quarter was accidentally struck on the wrong blank piece of metal, called the wrong planchet strike. Instead of striking a quarter on the correct metal, it was stamped on a blank meant for a dime or penny. These are easy to spot because the shape, size, or weight of the coin will be unusual. In the collector market, these wrong planchet strikes are extremely rare and valuable, and some have sold for $10,000 to $25,000 or even more when authenticated and graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, which are respected grading companies that certify the coin's authenticity and quality. Some coins have another kind of mint error where the metal layers separate or are missing. Modern quarters are made from layers of metals called clad, which means a mix of copper and nickel in layers. If one of these layers did not form correctly or peeled off, it can leave a part of the coin looking coppery or odd. These coins are rare and some collectors are willing to pay hundreds or sometimes thousands of dollars depending on how dramatic and unusual the error looks. There are also very rare mistakes called blockage errors. This happens when a coin that has already been stamped sticks to the die, and then imprints its design in reverse onto the next coin that is struck. That means one side of the coin looks normal, but the other side has a reversed or mirrored impression of the coin that stuck to the die. These blockage errors are very uncommon, and some have sold for $15,000 up to $50,000 in nice condition because they are so unusual and dramatic. Beyond errors, another category that drives high values in the Bicentennial Quarter series are special proof and silver versions. Proof coins are specially made for collectors and have polished surfaces, sharper details, and were not intended to be used as regular money. Some proof Bicentennial quarters, especially those made from 40% silver at the San Francisco Mint, have brought very high prices at auction. For example, one 1976 Bicentennial silver proof quarter in a very high grade was recorded at selling for $19,200, and other silver proofs have sold for over $13,000 or more depending on grade. These auction results show that even coins from this modern era can be extremely valuable when they are rare and in perfect condition. Keep in mind that these high values are not common. The vast majority of normal Bicentennial quarters, the ones that were used in everyday change and look worn or even shiny but without mistakes, are only worth 25 cents or a few dollars in uncirculated condition. People on coin forums and collectors often remind others that unless a coin has a clear error or is one of these special proof or silver versions, its value will not be high. But if you find something that looks unusual or different from your other quarters, it might be worth closer inspection, and a professional appraiser or grading service can help determine if it truly is one of the rare and valuable ones. Another thing to understand is that the condition of the coin matters a lot. Even among rare error types, coins that are graded higher, meaning they look almost perfect with no scratches or wear, will bring much more money at auction than ones with blemishes or wear. That is why many of the most expensive Bicentennial quarters were sold in top grades like MS66 or PR69, where the coin's details and surface are nearly flawless. These high grades are only given by professional grading services after careful examination. If you are curious whether a coin in your collection could be valuable, the first step is to look closely at the details with a magnifying glass to see if you notice any doubling, missing design, wrong planchet shape, or unusual surface features. If you find something that looks different from the normal coins, you can compare it to photos online or take it to a coin dealer who knows about error coins. Many valuable coins were found simply by people noticing something odd and deciding to learn more about it. In simple terms, the 1776 to 1976 Bicentennial quarter is a coin that most people know, but only a few special ones are worth collecting seriously because of rare mistakes or special production versions. A normal circulated Bicentennial quarter is common and worth just 25 cents, but rare errors or high-grade proofs, especially silver ones, are worth real money and can bring thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Because of this mix of common and rare, these coins remain exciting to many collectors who love checking their jars of old coins to see if they might have something valuable. If you find a coin that you think might be one of those rare ones, please remember that coin values can change with market trends, collector demand, and the professional grade it receives, so having it authenticated and graded by a trusted service is key to knowing its real current value today.